Yeah. So hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. So last class we were actually discussing about Angular routing, right? So we have discussed that part, and today we are going to discuss something more advanced concept in routing. Okay. So what the advanced concept is? There are two types of routings available in Angular. One is um, root params and one is query param. Let me talk about Angular routing. Okay, in Angular routing we have two things. One is root params, and second one is query params. Okay, so how you read the root param and what is exactly the root param? So we have discussed only root param in the last class. So what was that? For example, I want to load the employees uh, page. Like for example, I say slash employees like this. If I just say slash employees, so all the employees data is going to load on the page, right? This is slash employees. Fine. Now I wanted to load a particular employee. I want to represent a particular employee to load. So how you differentiate that is extra you will add colon ID. Okay. So this employees is common, is static, and this ID will be dynamic. It can be something like some kind of some number or some uh, alphanumeric character, some ID. Okay, let's say AA14 something like this, some ID. So based on this ID, I'll be getting a particular details. So how you configure is you mention the colon ID. Okay, so how you read this data? How are we fetching this ID in the component from root from the URL is we have used the activated root. For all this we have to use only one class, that is activated root. So using this class only we are fetching all the parameters, either root parameter or query parameters also. But how you write the logic to fetch this data? How you fetch the data? I think you remember this. It is like this. If you take some name here, activate root. So activated root dot dot param map dot subscribe, param dot subscribe. So in this you will be getting the each param. Okay, and using that param you will say let employee ID is equal to that param dot get of, you provide the ID. Okay, so if you're looking for a dynamic ID, you just provide the ID here. Suppose if this something called name, you're searching with a particular employee slash Rajan, employee slash John, like that. So you will just make a name here so that you get the employee name here, dynamic one. Okay, so as per our example, we have ID, so I'll make ID here. That's fine. One more thing is there. What is that is query param. What is query param is, I hope you remember that GitHub search example, right? GitHub search example, we made something. What was that? We have done something called api.github.com. One second, people are still joining. Yep. We have done api.github.com slash users slash the name. So in this particular name is dynamic, so that you can use this param map. Okay, and also extra we provide something. What was that? Client ID is equal to something, and client secret is equal to something. So yes, anyway, I'm going to this dynamic user call this name, and also I'm providing some extra information to the page using this parameter called client ID and the client secret. Sir, how can I read this client ID and client secret from this URL? We know how to read the name by using this process. So param.get. So what you have declared dynamic name, you can just say name, you get it. But how you get these data is this actually called as the query params. Okay, so this part, what you have is called as query param. So how you read this query param is like this. Same story, same story. I have not discussed this part in the last class. So same story. Instead of param map, there is something called query param map. Small difference. Everything is same only, the same as it is. Like in place of param map. Param map means the root params like this, dynamic slashes like that. For query param, will be like this type of variables. Okay, so those variables data you want to read, it will be instead of param map, it will be query param map. And also, sir, how can I get this things value? Simple. Here you have to mention the one second. Here you have to mention the client ID. Just this client ID you mention here, you get this value. And also you want to get it is like this. So client ID, you will get that. And let client secret. If you want to get, just say again param dot get off. You have to provide the value that is client secret like this. Okay, so you will get the same data. You will get this one and also this one. So let me write a basic component and then we understand.
Yeah, Navin.
Ah,
Sorry for the interruption.
yeah.
Is it not possible to mention the and symbol in the
And
root params?
if you mention and symbol, it's not root param, it's called query param. Actually,
Okay.
see, this query param starts from here. No and symbol will be inside of it. Generally, I tell you one small example. For example, you see this. See this one, if you copy this URL, can you mute it once? Okay. See here, I have copied this my Zoom URL. Okay, after meeting started, I got this URL. So in this, you see Zoom.us is your application URL. So post attendee is the path. Okay, here, so question mark ID 16. So this is your client ID, client secret, query parameters, and what this one is your. It can be the real path or it can be the dynamic root param. Okay, path will be here. Okay, for example, if you search something in Google, if I go to Google, see here, you get google.co.in slash question marks something is equal to something. So this is equal to something after question mark, that is a query param. Okay, suppose I search for something, I just say uh, bootstrap. If I search for bootstrap, I got a lot of things. Let me copy this one, then I'll paste it here, then you understand. I think it's a huge story. Let's make it here. Okay, see in this www.google.co.in is fine. Search is a dynamic thing. It's a dynamic ID. It's a param dot id get of search. You will get it. And question mark something else is there. See sr something is equal to this value. How you read this? Using the this one query param. And also you can see how it means you will provide some more amount of data like key and value pairs you will be sending to the server. These are all query param. So let's say source, see, and if you want to separate differentiate, you will give and symbol. So and source is equal to HP from my HP laptop, and q query is equal to bootstrap we typed. Okay, so some extra information has been sent to the server with some hash code that we don't know as per Google algorithm, like that. So query param means some queries, some key and value pairs will be sending, and root param means some dynamic path only will send. That path inside dynamic is root param, and some extra fields you want to send some extra information along with that. That's a query param. Okay, can we
In,
copy this? I'll keep in the notes.
in which scenario we will use query parameter and
Which area? 1 minute, I tell you. Suppose new um, file. One second. Node.txt. Fine. Okay, so which area? I tell you. For example, yeah, this you understand, right? You want to fetch a particular user, you use this. If you want to understand that, let's say some fake REST API I want. I think there is something called JSON placeholder.com. Okay, this is the fake REST API. You can also get data from this website for testing purpose. Yeah, I'll say. See here. I say here slash post. One path is there. So JSON placeholder typicode.com slash post. So if I say post, you get all the list of posts. Correct. Now I say post slash some post ID I'll give. Post slash two I'll give. Then what you get? See, you get the ID two. This one. So this is called dynamic. See, this two is dynamic. Okay. So if you say post, all the 100 posts will come. All the posts will come. If you want to fetch a particular one, you have to provide the ID of it. ID of it. So you will get that particular ID. And why are we going for this dynamic ID? Why can't we give the number? See, I tell you, super simple. Suppose you have, okay, as per my example, employees, if I say employees, all employees will come, right? And all employees means I have 5 employees. I have just only 5 employees are there. So all 5 employees will come. Now I want to get the first employee. Assume employee ID also just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Okay. I want to get the first employee details. So what you do, sir, you can configure instead of colon ID, you can say column 1 will be the first employee. Can I define like this? So you have to write these many. So 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to mention these many. For example, I show you where you have mentioned in the app routing module. So you mention this colon ID. Instead, if you have 20 employees, you have to say what employee slash one. So employee one component and then employee two, employee three, like these many you have to maintain. And even when you have connected to the real server and database, you never know what is the uh, content. I mean, okay, we don't know how many employees are there from server side, so we can't hard code statically like this for a particular employee. So what we do is we will just make colon id, just this is going to be dynamic. So this only the link will work for all these links. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be whatever. This will work. Only the dynamic is id will change. Here content will change. So what component structure will be same, like that. And here we just given only id. Just like that, some other cases we can also provide some type of queries. For example, I say like this. I say, for example, I have a products page. I have a products page. In products page, I have all the list of products. Okay, I have all the list of, for example, I do one thing. I can say, okay, let me open our documentation, then you understand. Come on. Okay, see here, this one. I have all the products here. Okay, so when I select a particular product, when I select this person I want to display, when I select this particular person, what I do, whenever I click on this person ID, I will put in the URL and send to the next component. That component will display like this. So based on this ID, I'll fetch data and display. Fine. And something extra also there here. What is that is, let me copy this and I'll take it to some other uh, new. What is new? Okay, new one. I'll just paste it here. Okay, now see. Okay, in this case, assume you have click on that product, we provide the ID and you got the details here. Now here, there is one select box. In select box, what you do, you will do the selection, how much quantity of products you want. You will select it and click on add to cart. Now tell me what could be the URL which contain this one. See, when I select the product quantity and click on add to cart. So when I send to add to cart, what could be the URL you will send to the next page? That will be, like this. So products slash the ID, something like AA12 something number, the product IDs, question mark, the product ID, the particular product I'm going to add to the cart. Along with that, some extra information like quantity I have selected. So now what you say, QTY is equal to some 4 products I have selected. So this way you will send to the another page. So that page, what it will do, based on this ID, it will fetch the product and that will display in the next page like this, cart page like this, the selected product display, and that count will be there, no? The quantity number. That quantity will be, it will read the query param map, this data, and that will be display default here. Okay. If you don't select anything, it will be 1. If you select something, that number. So how I got that number from here? Because in database, this dynamic selection was not there. Okay. Obviously, if you send this ID from database, I'll get data. But this dynamic quantity, what you have done the selection on the page, and this I want to carry forward to the next page. I want to transfer this state information to the next page. I can't get this selection from database because when you do a selection, I can't insert into database. Okay. Once you have done the confirmation, then only I'll do it. So how you transfer this extra information is like the query. Okay. So I hope you understand now. So going forward, some more information will be provided. So that's about route parameters and the query parameters. Fine. Now some new concept today. What is that new concept is Angular modules. Angular modules. So I want to tell you some example of routing example using Angular modules. As now we'll understand what is this modules. For example, first day, I think you, if you can remember, in Angular, when I'm talking about the Angular architecture, I told this way. I think I have screens of it now. Yeah, see here. This is the Angular architecture. Angular architecture contains what? Angular application. It contains one root app module, root module, and that module contains the root component, and that contains multiple components. This is only we discuss. This part we have never discussed till now. Okay, so we are just using the Angular specific root component and root module only, and for that we are adding our own components. For example, we created yesterday, last class, employees, stocks, all belongs to root module. When you see in this example, there is only one module, app module, that is a root module. Okay, and you have done the configuration also in that app routing only, root level. And for that root level, we have one component that called app component. In the app component only, we have write everything. If you can see here, it all belongs to app component only. Okay, but if you can think about something next level out of the box, if you take the real Angular application of real time in the company, there won't be one module. There'll be multiple modules. Just like user module contains some their own components, like admin module, like customer module, stocks module, products module, like that. Multiple modules will be there. For example, if you are developing some shopping cart or e-commerce, so shopping cart application you are developing. So when you develop such a bigger application like shopping cart, you don't need to keep everything in a root module. Okay, so what you have to do is the whole shopping cart application you have to divide into various modules based on the feature. Okay, for example, I am going to divide the shopping cart. I'm going to divide the shopping cart into few modules. One is users module. Okay, apart from the app root module. Okay, users module. So what this users module contains is, if you want to perform login operation or registration operation, or you want to maintain the person profile, Okay, so for all this login registration profile, previously what we do, if there is no module concept, what we used to do, we have to just create the components. We create all the components here, but here employees is different, navbar is different, stock is different, correct? Because employees is a separate concept, it's a separate feature. Stock separate feature. Navbar, home, these are all some layout specific, not content specific. So you have to divide your application, not just like all the components, because in real time example, if you can see the component, there will be around more than 50, 100 or 200 plus components also will be there. But if you write all the 200 components in a single folder, you never know which folder belongs to what. Okay, and you can't, it is very hard to find a flow also, okay, for a particular page. So that's why they will divide into their own modules. What is that? Is login, registration, profile, everything belongs to one module, users module, just like authentication module. And along with that, uh, I want to maintain the products. Okay, so I want to maintain the product specific information, so products module. Okay, so in products module, what will be there? Like men's products is, I mean, men's collection is there, like women's collection is there, and kids collection is there, and also upload product is there. And you want to see the product details. For example, I think I'm showing here this one more component, product details. So product details is there. So this all belongs to what? One feature that is called product. Okay, there is no relation between login system and products, because this all belongs to users thing, this all belongs to products thing. And one more, there is something called orders module, because in company they ask you how many modules are there in your project and which module you work on. Okay, so that way I'm telling. So orders module, in orders module, what will be there? Cart page will be there, checkout page will be there, payments will be there. Okay, actually people will keep the payment separate module. I'm just okay, let's do one thing. Checkout page, cart page, and some order, success, order failure, or order list, these things, order module. And if it is even large application, cart module separate, checkout module separate, order module separate, like that. Okay, and they'll make payments also separate module. So payments module means they do a lot of payment features, like you can do Paytm, you can do PayPal, you can do Stripe. So all the payment related things, they keep in a separate module called payments. That's how they will divide your application into modules. So this is the beautiful feature given by Angular. So now let's do one thing. Let's create an example where I will divide the whole application into multiple modules, and each module how to give the routing. Okay, because module specific routing also different. For example, there will be something called root module. Okay, root module means your app module. So root module, what is the path, and what will be there? Just like home page will be there, nav bar will be there. Okay, some spinner will be there, some custom spinner kind of. Okay, like about page will be there. So those are like root, something called layout level. Okay, so what type of path you're gonna make for them? How you give the path for them? Let's say um, shopping cart example, right? So just say shopping cart.com. I assume your local host 4200 slash, the slash is for home, this is for home page. Okay, and just like that, I have let me paste it. Okay, just like that I have slash about. Okay, let's select this slash about and slash contact. Okay, let me take this. So this will be your about page, and this will be your contact page. Anyway, navbar spinner, no routing required. Like this way you write. So by seeing only you understand. This is the root application URL, right? From there, directly about, directly contact. It means this is belongs to root module, root, because immediately you got the feature. If you're talking about this guy module, this modules, it will be like this. Here in users module, what will be there? They'll give the name. I think you might have seen something, this type of examples. What is that is? Let's take, yeah, slash. They will mention the module name first. First, the URL name and then the module name, users module slash login. That is your login page. Okay, because by seeing this you understand, okay, in the root there is a users folder, I mean it's a users module in that login. Okay, in that register, this is for registration, and one more user slash profile, this is for the profile page. So by seeing URL only you understand, okay, this is, you belongs to users module, and you go to the users module folder and you look for it. Okay, so I think by this time you understand for products and all. So let's make for products. So let me copy. For example, if it's a products module, so what you write, shopping cart slash products slash something, products slash men. Okay, something like this. Any quantity you want to provide, colon qty is equal to some 10, like that. Okay, so men, this is for menswear or men's collection. Just like that, you have women, like that. Okay, women and kids, and then it's kids. So just this way you have to maintain your application. Okay, you have to make a URLs in this format, and while mentioning in the navbar also you have to give this parts only for them. Okay, I think orders and all you understand, like slash order slash cart or slash order slash checkout or slash order slash payment slash pay, like that. Okay, fine. And so let me copy this entire thing. So I'll just keep in the where is the notes? Hmm, app notes. Let me replace this with this. Okay, fine. So now let's create a fresh example which contains our own modules, and also tell me how you create a module then. Generally, we all know how to create a component, right? How we create a component, ngGC and name of the component, just like about page component, navbar component, like that you create ngGC. Next, you want to create a service, ngGS service, just like that. You want to create a module, it is just like this, ngG module. You have to give the name of the module, okay, and then hyphen hyphen root, hyphen hyphen root, what is the root of your module, and also hyphen hyphen module is app module. This is common. Okay, sir, what is this entire story? One second, I think I forgot this. Is that correct? One minute, I forgot. You can refer the official documentation, Angular modules creation, angular.io, not this one. I think, okay, you can search with lazy loading, you understand. Lazy loading in Angular, they will give you direct path there. I talk about what is lazy loading. For example, the path will be not this one. Yeah, correct. This one. I think I given a correct one only. NGG generator. You give a shortcut is module. Okay, let's take like this format only. Same thing. Root, customers, everything same. Okay. ng generates module, and what is your module name, what is the root, and it comes under which module. Because I might talk about this one, when I talk about this one, in the root module only we have user module. Sometimes what happen, if it's even large application, they want to create some other sub module in this users module. Okay, in users only, admin user separate module, normal user separate module. Okay, and this user module belongs to app module, and these other two belongs to this module. They can even divide into sub modules also. So that's why you have to mention ng generate module, and this is the name of the module. For example, here users module, products module. So what is your name of the module? And root, what is this root is? This part, this one. So products module, products, customers module, customers, users module, users. So what is the root of your module? What you can just mention some customized name, and hyphen module. So where you want to create it, under which module you want to create? You want to create under root module or any other custom module? So as of now, root module, app module. Root is app. Okay, fine. So this is the story. Okay, so now let's start with an example with a same kind of features, but I want to make some modules kind of. Okay, so my concept goes to be Angular routing with modules. Okay, so let's see. I need a modules. What modules? One is customers module, and one is employees module, and one is stocks module. Three modules required. Okay, for this example. Fine. Now, so how you make a directory structure then? Okay, it looks like this. So folder structure, because folder structure very important, because previously we used to create like this. In the app folder we create components, model, services. These three belongs to root, because there is no module concept till now, so everything in the root. But what now I have to do is, from now onwards, in the app folder, assume app is the root folder for every Angular application, right? So app is Angular application. In that, I want to create a module called root. Okay, you create a root folder. Okay, so in the root, I will be creating what? I will be creating components, and I'll be creating the models. Why models? Models is for custom type. Okay, and also we create services. So in future we also get some guards, and we also get some interceptors. This all belongs to authentication, so as of now don't worry about them. So like this, and even in future if you start with NGRX, you get something called actions, you will get reducers. Okay, and you will get store, each module specific. So it's a long list of around some 10 will come. Okay, each module, but as of now we are only at this level. Okay, next, another module. What is that? Customers module. Okay, customers module, now which contains same story, components, services, models. Next, I need another folder for employees, and that employees also contain their own components, models, services. Next, I have one more, that is stocks. Uh, Fine, and here stocks also will contain its own components, its own models, its own services. Previously, what we have done, in the models folder, we kept stocks and employees together, but stock is a separate story, employees is a separate story. And components also, we mix everything, employees, stocks, everything we mix together. But now folder separation required. And services, we mix employees and stocks in the same folder. If it is a small application, you can make it, but in future if it is application grows bigger and bigger, so keep that bigger thing in mind, and you have to divide in this way. And sometimes even what happen, for example, customers is there na, it also contains some other folder structure, like their own custom, I mean their own nested modules. So like regular customer, rare customer, something, I don't know what is the real example, but it will be sub modules also will be there. Okay, so now let's make our folder setup in this way. Okay, so let me do one thing, let me take a notes, keep it as it is. Let me take out all the examples and let's create from the scratch. Okay, so let me delete the components, model, services, everything from the previous example. And also app module, I don't need I think browser module required, so these things not required. these three, not these things not required, and this not required, and I hope this fine, no error. Okay, and routing module also, I don't need to specify just like this. Okay, let me delete everything. We will create everything from scratch. Okay, just like last example only, but it's complete different. Okay, fine. So now this will be always empty in starting like this. And in the app component.html also, there is no app navbar concept till now because we removed it. And router outlet is required because when you do some configuration here, it works here. Fine. Okay. One more thing, sir. What is the benefit if you make in a module structure? Can you tell me what is the benefit? Benefit is maintenance, okay, and less burden on the developer because it is very easy to find. If you want to find any bug or if you want to implement something new feature, you can immediately go to that specific folder. For example, the best example is in our house. We have a clear separate partition, right? For example, if you are a bachelor, you may require only one room, right? So that room only contains attached bathroom, that room only contains bedroom, that room only contains kitchen, everything in the same room. Okay, because when I stayed in Bangalore when I was bachelor, so it will be like that. Okay, so once you are married or you have a bigger family, then what you do? One room not sufficient, right? For everything. uh, Maybe Mumbai they will maintain like that, but generally what happen, it will be like 2 BHK, 3 BHK kind of. Okay, so BHK. So bedroom, hall, kitchen. So bedroom separate, bathroom separate, kitchen separate, hall separate, balcony, wash area not separate. Why separate you made it? Because for easy access and easy maintain. Okay, if you want any kitchen item, you keep in a kitchen only. Every bathroom item you keep in a bathroom only. Every hall items, decorations and all you keep in a hall only. So there is a specific reason. Just like that in your application also, if it is a specific feature, so keep in a separate. Okay, easy to access. Okay, so that's one thing. And even the technical benefit is, if you make a module, uh, there's a concept called lazy loading. Okay, so technical benefit what you get if you make a modules is lazy loading concept. Okay, sir, what is lazy loading? I think you understand, right? Lazy means what? Lazy. Loading means what? Loading, huh? Okay, lazy loading means, okay, let me start with before lazy loading. What is eager loading? Eager loading. Eager loading means, actually till now what we discuss, everything is eager loading. Everything is eager loading. What is eager loading means? In the app routing module, na, in this app routing module, you have configured all the routes, right? You have configured some 10-15 routes you have configured. So how Angular works is, when at the time of Angular server startup, okay, at the time of application startup, it will look into all the routes in the routes, this file, and what are all the components are mentioned there. Every component start loading. Okay, so after every component is loaded, then only you can see the page. So first time loading time will be huge. Okay, it will take too much time to load because there will be some complex components will take some more time. So your application is keep waiting to make all the components so ready, and then it will load. Okay, that's called eager loading. You are loading all the components in a single shot. Okay, that's called eager loading. But what is this lazy loading is, just like your emails concept. Email, you have Gmail, no? Gmail, I think you understand very easily with Gmail. In Gmail, assume you have 5,000 emails are there in your inbox. You have 5,000 emails are there. Can you tell me at a time 5,000 emails you see? No, you see only 50 mails at a time. If you want to see, it will be like this: 1 to 50. Okay, if you want to see the next 50, you have to click on the next button, so that 51 to 100 you will see. You click on the next button, 101 to 150 you see. So at a time only 50 emails You see, it means the Gmail is not loading all the 50 emails in a single shot. Okay, it is just loading one after the other, just like it is a page nation concept, but same story will also work for Angular, because when I am in the home page, I don't ask Angular to load everything. Actually, whatever the page I'm looking for, that should be loaded. I don't want to load everything in all of a sudden, right? So what is this lazy loading concept is, if you make a module by module, only the root module will be loaded, and all nested components will be loaded when you visit the page. It will not load when the application starts. Okay, so that's the lazy loading concept. So that only possible with modules configuration, and even in future any kind of application you develop, make sure you make modules. Okay, so now let's start with our modules concept. So folder structure, so we have taken a clear separation. Yeah, let me start now. Let me start Angular once, npm start. Yeah, today we are going to start the first class of React.js. This like first application of React.js today, and on today it will start React. Okay, so I think Friday and Saturday we had a demo sessions, and today onwards paid. Some people unpaid people also will join for next 2 days. Okay, if you wish you can join, but your wish, man. If you're already familiar with Angular, sir, I can understand Angular concept, then you can also join, no issue. Okay, and okay, once you join, after some days, you say like, sir, I can't continue both. I will join the next batch of React. Don't worry, no need to pay extra fees. You can join the next batch also with the same fees. Okay, got it? Okay, what I'm saying is, if you wish to join React also, you can pay the fees and you can join. Okay, and after joining, you feel any difficulty in managing the time between Angular and React, so you can just inform me, sir, I want to switch to the next batch. So I'll just make you push the next batch, and you can join from next batch also. Okay, or those who want to try, you can try. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Um, Come on, how much story I tell you is not start only. Starting. This is also listening my story. Okay, let's wait for some time. Let's go close karo. Save. Come on, dude. Oh, I deleted, but I have not taken a copy. Huh? Okay. I shared yesterday. Right? I shared the last class things, right? I think it is there already in Angular routing. Yeah, this is what it is. I'm not touch anything. I only given notes folder that is there in the current notes folder as it is. So no issue. Okay, fine. So we have got application ready. Okay. Okay. So let's create a folder structure, and then we'll create our own setup. Okay. First of all, what is folder structure? Is first we need root folder which contains all the things. So I create in the app root folder. Okay, but app itself is a root, na? App itself is a root, but you may confuse between app components and all this. Okay, let's create a special folder called root. Okay, in the root I need what? I need to create models. I need to create components. Okay, and I need to create what services. Okay, this all belongs to root level components, models, and services. Fine. Now, what about this customer, sir? Shall we create a customers folder here? Not required. If you create a module, automatically this folder will come along with this file setup. First tell me, if you create a component, what files will come? CSS, HTML, spec, and TS. These 4 files will come when you create a component. But when you create a module, along with them, extra files also will come, these two. Okay, so module specific TS file, routing specific TS file. For each module, this extra 2 files also will come. Okay, I show you. So I want to create a module. Let me copy this. So command goes to be customers module. Command is this one. Ng generate module, name of the module. Name of the module is customers, and root, what is the path you give? Customers only, and inside app module only. Okay, this is the path. This is the command. Okay, so slash customer slash something you can make. Okay, so I'll just copy this, and where you have to hit the command, you are going to create under app module, right? You have to execute this command in the app module. Okay, it means in the root level. Let's open here. So yeah, first step is the app module only. But if you have any confusion, you can just select the app folder. App folder, in the app folder I want customers folder now. So select the app folder, open in terminal. So here you can run the command. Let me copy this command, and please make sure you have everything correct. Customers app module. Okay, fine. So copy this, and then I paste it, enter. So this will create almost 4, 5, 6 files will come. Okay, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files, and also made update to the app routing module. So root level routing, they have done some configuration. Let's see what is the configuration. See here, it's created one customers folder. Okay, customers folder. In that we can see CSS, HTML, spec, TS, module, customer module routing also. Okay, that module specific routing you'll write in this. Okay, and what is the update they made in the app routing module in this? See, you can see this. In the app routing module, they did some update. This is all creation. Okay, this is update. What update is made is, just see here. In app routing, it was empty arena. So it is created this way: path and load children from that module, some angular configuration. So path is customers, because we made root is customers now, that's why path is made as customer. So when you want to access this module, you have to start with customers. So any URL starts from customers, it will carry forward to this module specific routing only. Okay, now let's create another module. Copy this. So let's make employees. Okay, this is also path employees only. Employees. Okay, so no save it. Let me copy this. Go to same location, because same folder I want to create a new folder. So paste it in the app folder only. Enter. It creates now employees module, and every module will have a root component. Okay, just like app component. See, app module is there now, and app component also there. I mean employee component. Every module contains root. In that root you can create your own. Okay, I tell you. CLS, yeah, one last module. So copy this. So I have a stocks. So this is stocks, and path is also stocks. Okay, now let me copy this. Stocks, correct? Yep. Copy up to here, and you go to again app folder and then paste it. Enter. So this will create a stocks module. Okay, it's got created. And also one more thing is, sir, I want to create some other like a sub module in the stocks folder. What I do? So you go to stocks folder. Okay, like just like app, you go to stocks folder. In that, you enter the command name of the custom module and name root of the custom module, and just give here stocks.module, because you have to keep inside a stocks module. Okay, that way you can create a custom module instead of sub module. Okay, fine. But as of now, we are making inside app module only. Fine, that's the folder structure. So let's check now. And it also made the paths in the route. See, this is app routing module. In that, customers go to customer module, employees go to employees module, stocks go to stocks module. I will just make in the next line like this. Okay, so path is made already. Okay, this is actually lazy loading configuration. It is done automatically by Angular. So now, tell me one question. What is that? Is assume customers, right? In customers, I have some components. Okay, two components I have. So customer hyphen list component. Okay, customer list component. One more is customer details component. So two components are there: customer list, customer details. Okay, assume for this customer list, what is the path you make? Path will be what? This is not a root module. This is the customers module component. So you do what? Slash customers slash list like that. Okay. Now here what you do? Slash customers slash details like that. Okay. Or you can give any your own name specific, but I'm just making like this list and details. Okay. Sir, where we have to configure this is the question. Okay. Where you configure? Simple. Till now we discuss only root level, na? So root level components where you configure root level routing file is there. Root level routing file is there. That is this file only. Here only we'll configure nav bar home page, everything we configure here only. Now these components belongs to what? Comes customers module. So where you configure them is already your customers module has been configured here as a root customers here. And so any component which is specific to the module, you have to keep that routing inside the module specific routing file. Okay, so these components belongs to module customers. So you have to mention the path, not like customers, because customers already configured to the root. So you have to just give only this path in the customers module dot routing. Sir, where is that? See, when you go to customers folder, there is a another routing file. It is app routing root level. This is customer routing. Here you have to mention. Okay, already empty path is there. That is customer component root level app component kind of. Along with that, you make list and something else. Okay, that way you have to do it. Fine, I tell you, one by one we'll start doing it. Okay, so now we made only modules. Now let's start with root level components. What root level components you want? I just start with navbar component is required, and home page component is required, and also about component is required. One more link is for contact component is required. Okay, these are all belongs to root level. Okay, it does not belong to any feature. Okay, and models mostly this for our example, no models because no dynamic data, just some static data you'll write. Maybe for contact you can write some model. Okay, and services also no dynamic data from server for these guys. Okay, so just keep them empty. But I'm just creating a folder, but it will be empty. Okay, so let's create this setup. How? We already made a root folder. In that, components models services, yeah, in components, what you want to create, right click on this, open in terminal. In the root components, what you want, navbar home about to contact. So nggc navbar, enter. Okay, done. Nggc home. Okay, nggc about. Yeah, next nggc contact. Okay, it's done. I think four, right? Done. No models, no services as of now. Yeah, let's start with customers, customer list, customer details. So how you do? Let me exit this. Yeah, let me select customers folder. In customers folder, actually, what is the plan now? In customers folder, we want components, models, services. So components specific to customer, models as well as services to customer. So in customers folder, I create new directory, customer specific components. Okay, root component is there, but along with that, nested components of customers module, and then one more, that is models, and one more, services. Okay, like that. So in components of customer, what you have, list and details. So select this folder, open terminal. So let's say nggc customer hyphen list, enter. Okay, done. Next, ngg nggc customer hyphen details. Okay, done. Next, you want to create a model you can make, but I'm not sure what is the model I want to create. So we will make it soon. And services. Services, what you do, cd space dot dot, cd space services. Yeah, you can do just right click on the services and open terminal. It will come to this folder only. So services, what services? Customer service, customer dot service. So you just make nggc customer only. It'll come service. Nggs customer, enter. Okay, when you start with ngrx, too much setup required. You have to create actions, you have to create reducers, you have to create state, store, too many dispatcher, a lot of story. Okay, service is done. Yeah, let's quickly start with employees. Also same story. Maybe data will be different, but same kind of story. So employee list, and here employee details. Okay, this is just make you feel like it's a complete some large application with modules concept. Okay, and services, better I do one thing in models here. I'll make I customer. Okay, we have to make some interface there. We'll do it based on the type. So I employee. Okay, and services, you have employee dot service. Okay, like that. Let's start with that. In services folder, nothing created. Oh, services folder of customer, no. Okay, let me select employees folder. In employees folder, customers companies folder itself is not there. So right click, new directory, components, and in this I create new directory that's called models. I create another directory called services. Fine. Some people used to create everything in the same location because model services they keep in this type of files only, but not looks good. So create a separate folder so easy to understand. Okay. So in components, right click, open terminal. So components of employees, ngg, my mistake, nggc employee hyphen list. Okay, next to nggc employee hyphen details. Okay, that's it. And cd space dot dot, cd space services folder. Sorry, cd space services folder. Just do right click and open terminal. It will come here. So service nggs employee. No plural, just single employee. So one last one is, come on. So one last one is stock. Okay, go to stocks folder, right click. Oh, in stocks also folder setup is not there. Okay, so stocks I create new directory called components, and in that I create another directory called mm, models, and one more I create services. Okay, let's start creating the components. I just exit this. So components of stocks, open terminal, nggc, what we discuss. Yeah, stocks are the same story. Stock list, stock details, stock list, stock details. Okay, and models, something called I stock. Okay, services. This is stock.service. Okay, that way. This is your folder structure. Okay, so let's do quickly. Nggc, so stock hyphen list, enter. And that too, this is commands. Okay, if you want to create everything by scratch, creation only takes time. Okay, stock details. Yeah, we can mention the component name, but components folder will not come. Okay, because see, I tell you, if you just mention the name, right, only this names will come, these folders will come, but it doesn't mean that this is what we don't know what is that. It can be a service, it can be model, what. So we create a specially that's what I said. Some people do like that way, but I prefer this way. It is a components folder. You understand what is the component, you easily figure out. Okay, your wish. Okay, so cd space dot dot cd space services. Yeah, nggs, what is that? Stock, and last one done. Okay, finish. Okay, so you can check the folder path. Generally this root is there, na? Root, instead of root to people give the name called layout. Okay, because this all belongs to layout specific things like contact, home, nav, or layout. They give some different name called layout, and these are module specific. Okay, fine. This is a clear folder setup, so customers will have their own, um, employees have their own, stocks have their own, root have their own, like that. Everything belongs to app. Okay, so now how to make the routing. Okay, that's very important. So first of all, what about this root level routing? Now, but no routing required. Home page slash is required. Slash is the path. About page slash about is the path. Contact page what? Slash contact is the path. Correct. So where you mention them in the root routing. Okay, app routing module.ts file. You will write this one. So go to, this all belongs to root level, na? So go to app routing module. Here in the root, I'll make it an empty path like that. Just say path. What is that? Empty for home page. Just say component. Component is home. Home component. Just like that, because it's a root. And about, you will mention the slashes. Nowhere. Just say about component. This is again contact. So this will be the contact component. All come from the root folder. Fine, perfect. Now the question is, I have some components in the customers module. So where you configure them? You have to configure them customer specific routing module. It means customer list is there, na? Let me close this. In the customers folder, it is complete module. Okay, in customers module we have two things: customer details, customer list. I want to configure them. And what where you configure is customer dot routing dot module. Here you have to configure. This already empty is there, root app component kind of customer component, root level, this component. Along with that, we also have our own components. For example, list and details. So list I'll make in this way. Can you say, okay, list details I'll make in ID colon ID. Okay, for example, list colon ID, because we have to make something dynamic ID. So list means all customers will come. Um, Here list slash ID, you get only that particular customer will come. Okay, actually empty path you can give all the customer lists. ID you can make it, but I wanted to specify separately. So list and ID. So where you mention it is here. So let's say comma. So list will be customer list component. So I say list slash colon ID, some specific ID. So let's say customer details details component this way. Okay, fine. And if it is configured slash list kind of, right? But generally how you access this component, for example, see here, customer list, what is the content? Customer list works. Okay. So how you access that? Not list. Okay. You must not say 4200 slash lists. It will not work. Okay. You have to say what? Customers slash list, because it's already configured with customers in the app routing. See, in app routing, customers module is already configured with customers. So customers slash list, and this one customer slash list slash ID. Okay, because same list slash ID will also come for stock and stock details also. Okay, so that way I tell you. Next, let me what you do. Yeah, that's done. Let's close all. Yeah, let's start with stocks or employees. Yeah, employees, employee specific components where you do in an employee routing. Okay, here we have already default route. Along with that, comma. So again, list I'm doing. This list belongs to employee list, employee list component, and I say list slash colon ID. This is belongs to employee details component. That way, okay. Employee slash list slash ID. Next, stocks, the same story. Close this. Stocks also, there is a stock routing module. Here we have a route comes automatically by the command. Along with this, you have to say what list. This is stock list component, and this one list slash colon ID. I want to specify stock detailed component. Perfect. This is the routing configuration, and how to read the value we know, right? Param map and all. Okay. So fine. So how to design? I think we have not even started. Oh, we have started. This empty slash home works. Now tell me, what is the URL? What will come? Okay, I just type it manually. You tell me what will come there. So I type slash about. What will come? About component will come. Let me zoom it. About component one comes, and I say contact. What will come? Contact page will come. Okay. So how you get the component customers root module? If you say customers, so customers root module, module specific component is there na, that component will come, root component. I say customers slash list, then customer list component comes. So list slash some 100 number, then customer details. Fine. Now I do in the place of customers, I'll say employees, then array, I say here employees, then employee details should come. If I don't specify the 100, then employee list will come. If I don't specify the list, then root employee will come. Correct. So I say here stocks slash list. What will come? List of stocks. Okay, specific stock slash 100. You get the stock details. If you don't specify anything, root level component of stock is this one stocks. This how it will work. Okay, as per our configuration. What is 100 here? ID. ID man, dynamic ID. It can be 100,000 whatever. Slash list. We give an ID now. We given something called where is that? Yeah, colon ID. This ID can be anything, na? Stock ID like that. So I given some 150, whatever you give, the same story will work. This ID will be dynamic, na? You give some ID, same thing will work. You have to read the data and send to server to fetch particular data, but path will be like this. Okay, fine. So
Router outlet in app component only.
yeah, it's correct. It will be app component only here only. Okay.
No need to mention in other modules.
No, not required because only one navbar na, for us because whole application one navbar, right? So you have to keep that in here only. And only thing is you have to mention this links in the navbar properly. This stock slash list or stock slash uh, something like customers and all you have to mention the navbar. So this is enough. Okay, and what you do? Yeah, let's start with the navbar with all this story. So where is navbar root components navbar HTML is a long story. I don't want to type it again. Let me grab it from outside. Angular fundamentals, routing. We have already discussed that, so don't waste time. So app components navbar. Yeah, configuration we done, but at least to display dynamic data, we want something set up. So let's open the navbar. This is your navbar copy, and let's paste it here. Okay, so I got a navbar. In that, what you want? Angular routing with the modules. Okay, so home page, fine. So we have employees. So previously employees means slash employees only, but now employees means slash employees only. Okay, so module level root component employees only because it's a module. Stocks we have stocks. Anything specific you can write inside employees. Okay, I just tell you. Next, what you do stocks and customers. Copy this. This is customers. So customers like that. So I'm not given slash something because I want to load the root component of every module. So obviously customers only. If you want to display customer details, then what you have to do? Customers slash less slash colon ID. This much you have to provide. Okay. But I want to just load the root module level component, the root component of the customers module. So just say customers. Okay. Fine. I show you about his works and let's say contact. So this is contact. Okay, so now check what has come. Navbar is not working. Okay. Navbar is not configured with app module. App module is empty, just only router is there. So app navbar. Okay, so let's check. Okay, I zoom it actually. Yeah, now check. See, home works because empty. Customers, what is come? Customer works means that is your customer root module level component. So employees works, stock works, about, contact. Okay. So home we all know that's just landing page kind of. Let me grab the home as it is from here. So home is just static module. Na? Let me grab it from there. sorry, static component. So here, let me grab the home, copy as it is, go to the where uploading module, home component, home HTML, replace. Okay, you get the home like this. Okay, fine, same setup. Next, when I click on customers, I want to display welcome to customers module, and in that we have two links, customer list and customer details. Let's do that part. So close it, go to um, customers root component.html. This is what it is, root component customer works. I'll say container one row single column. I write p.h3 welcome to customers module. Okay, so p.lead, let's say lorem 30 tab. I'll say text danger red color. Fine, you get welcome to customer module margin top 3. Okay, so welcome to customers module. Okay, I got this customers module, and in this what you do, either you display the content here, or else actually we made slash list, no? Okay, so I'll just make a link, so it will go to the list of customers. Okay, when you just click on a link, you'll go to list of customers. So let's make some more text then. I just do something lorem 40 tab, another one p.leader, let's say lorem 50 tab. Okay, there's some kind of huge text. Yep, here below, just say some list item you do or button you do. Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let's make one another row, single column. I just write ul li. Here I'll say p.h5. So customer list you do, or what's the heading you write? Heading customer. Come on. View all customers here. Okay. I just write something called class list group, and this is with the class list group item. Okay, in that I'll just make an anchor tag. Okay, this anchor tag router link goes to be customer list, customers list. So how, what is the path you given? It is slash customers slash list. This is the path. So when I click on this, it should go to customer list page. Okay, let's check. Okay, so view all customers. There is a link. I can just make some color. List group item danger. I just say not just anchor tag p.h6 with anchor tag. So you get it fine, but color I don't like it. Color. Okay, just say class text to danger. All danger color only. Okay, so this is, you can understand, this is root component of this module. Okay, so when I click on this customer list, it will go to customer list page. In that, when you click on particular link, it will go to customer details page, that way. Okay, so let me click on this, go to customer list. Here I want to display the list of customers, so go to customers component list HTML and TS file. Yeah, in this HTML, let's make something that is this one, dot container one row single column. Okay, the say p.h3 with a class called text to danger. So customer, so let's say all customers. Okay, all customers here. Some text p dot leader, let's say lorem 30 tab. Okay. Okay, here I want to display in a table format all the data. Table format means you want to get data from the server, service, long story. Okay, so where you write the logic again in the customer specific service folder, and also you have to define the type of it. Okay, so type, I'll do one thing. Actually, we have done something for contact tab now. Can we get that? Because contact tab data, I'll make it here. Okay, so let's do one thing. Somewhere here, I think in the contact tab, we have taken some model app models. Yes, we have eye contact model. Let me convert to this some other name, my own name. This one, eye contact. This is my data. Copy this. I create one thing in the customers models is there. Na? I create new TypeScript. I customer. Okay, the contacts only. I'll make it like a customer. Only thing is you have to make it I customer. So customer model. I have huge data. Fine, and let's make service. So how you have done the service earlier? Go to services, contact service, that is customer service for us. So in this I just get uh, HTTP client and you'll get all the contacts. Let me just copy the constructor, this one, handler, everything, because I don't want to type again. So copy that, go to customer service. In that I will replace. Okay, and some small changes, yeah, you have to import them. Import this, import this. Along with that, catcher also you have to import. Observable import. Retry, retry also import. It's not eye contact, it is eye customer, because we have just changed na eye customer, like that. Okay, get all the customers, get all the customers. Okay, so our service is ready. HTTP client you have to import. Yeah, everything is imported. Yeah, so our service is ready with one method called all customers. We'll fetch data from server. Same URL works. Fine. So service ready, model ready. Let's fetch data in the list component. It's a TS file. Where is that? In the, oh, we have opened up too many. Let me close all. So customers list TS file. I need to fetch data. So let's say public customers of type I customer array is equal to just take empty array. Okay, and just take here, so private, you have to get the service. So customer service of type customer service, and in the ng on init I have to fetch data. So this dot customer service dot get all customers dot subscribe. So here you will receive the customer each customer, and you will receive data directly. I'll say this dot customers is equal to my data. Fine. And if you have any error, you can just take that also. So public error message of type string, you can just take it as empty string or something. Okay, so you'll receive that as well, comma. You receive the error. So this dot error message is equal to error. So this way you have received some static data from the server, and that data I want to display on the screen. Written, no written here. It is in the service we have to see in service written already there. Here just subscribe the service to get data. Okay, fine. So I got data customers. I want to display the customers on my screen. Okay, where you want to display customers is here. I already fetched data, na? Let me display that here. How? Let me just display as of now JSON static, and let me convert that to a table ladder. Single column. I just write a pre-tag expression JSON, not JSON. Customers of type JSON format. So now check. You get what data. Okay, let's see here. Flow like this. If you is a home page, if you click on customer, this is a customer module. In that, click on customers. You got this. And in that, if you click on something, it will go to list details page. Okay, so that way. Now I want to convert this like, where are you taking eye contact array? Eye contact array. Just for sample example. Okay, I can't create a new data for that. Just for uh, just for example. Okay, it can be any data. Concept is not data. Concept is how you configure them and how you retrieve them. Okay, so let's convert this like a table. I think we already made a table, no? Okay, because I keep writing everything from scratch. It takes time because we already discussed now. Concept is modules, so discuss modules is enough. If I keep writing everything now, you will forget actual concept called module. Okay, so that way. Table. Actually, do one thing. In the eye contact, how you display that components. I think contact Kada app list. Okay, I just need the design. Okay, design is like this table and all. Oh, super! I got everything. Copy that and paste here. Okay, anything else? Yeah, it's not contacts. Oh, contact is there. Huh? I do one thing. I just make a simple setup. Wherever contact is there, replace with customer simple. Kelkatam. Copy that and replace here. So everything is correct, but no click event for the row. I tell you what is that. Okay, so you got all the list of customers. Oh, it is like this. Wait. It's not table kind of. Hey, customer list. Sorry, man, I made a mistake. Cut it. Earlier it was something. Yeah, here you have to paste the table. Correct. This container and then table. Correct. Now check. Okay, now check. It is the customer module list. If you click on this guy, it will go to see customer slash list is coming. Okay, this one. And when I click on the particular guy, I want to display his photo and all in the next page, that is list slash his ID. This ID. Not this ID because it's something different. Okay, now you understand the real ID concept. Because I don't want this serial number ID because everybody having their own ID, so can't you use that ID? Not I plus one. Okay, I want to use the every customer will have something. So customer dot login dot uuid. So every customer have unique ID. So that unique ID you will display, and the same unique ID you will send through URL also. This is the unique ID of every customer. And when I click on this ID or name, so this ID you will make in the URL slash, and that customer details has to display. Okay, that way. So how you do that? Let's click on this name. Okay, to go to customer details. So what you do in this particular name, I cut it. I'll make an anchor tag, router link. So how to display customer details? Slash customers slash list slash ID. That is customer dot login dot uuid, and the name is this one. So now check path is made customer slash list slash unique ID. So this is common static, and this will be always dynamic. So when you make this type of dynamic data, so how it works as per our routing configuration of customer slash list slash ID. ID is dynamic we made here. Dynamic ID is like this. So now check your URL. See in the left side bottom, you see, if I keep a cursor, see you got what list slash here, list slash something. Here also list slash some unique ID is coming. ID is changing. See, list is like that only. ID is changing. Fine. And when I click on that, what happens? It will display details because as per this ID, we got details. So you have to read this and send to server to get data and display the particular person. Okay, tell me how you read this data as per our documentation. Where is that? Oh, here, as per our documentation, how you read that? It's a root parameter. Okay, this is the root parameter. How you read? Activate root.parammap. Let me write this logic here in details page. I'm doing for customer, you do for remaining. Okay. I think if you want, I'll tell you by tomorrow, but you can try. Okay, at least by seeing these customers, you can make it for next. So where I am. Okay, customer details page. In customer details page, you have to receive this ID. How you receive? Let's say like this. So public customer ID of type string, and how you receive is you have to inject something that is private activated root parameter of type activated root. Okay, how you receive that is this dot. It is what param? Root param. So just say simple param map. If it is this one, query param map. That's it. So I have to write activated root dot param map, and we also have query param map. Okay, so param map dot subscribe. Here you will get something. This is your param, belongs to capital param. Param map. Okay, so this dot customer ID is equal to param dot get of ID because we mentioned colon ID now, that's why. Okay, so now you get the ID. So this ID I want to display so that I can see am I able to receive the data or not. Okay, so this customer ID I will display in HTML. For example, h1 tag, let's say customer ID. Now check that ID has to come here. Okay, the same ID has come 40C here. For example, in the module list, in that if you select this guy 44 has come. Okay, but I don't want 44, I want the particular person card data. That's very simple. You can make one container, one row, single column. I want display the person name also, so p.h4. Let's make that person name means we have not person, we don't have person name na, we have only customer ID. How to get the person, particular person, using the service. Okay, I do private. I hope you understand, right? Customer service of type customer service. So through customer service you'll fetch everything. In that I'll find out only customer ID. Okay, so public selected customer of type I customer. Okay, so what I do, you get the customer ID na. So just like that I do this dot customer service dot get all the customers dot subscribe. In that you receive the data, and that data is all the list of customers. In that I want to filter only the particular ID with customer ID. So how I do, I just write shortcut this dot select customer. You can visit the previous example, I have done the same way, is equal to data is all the customers. Okay, dot find regular JavaScript array function. In that you get the each customer, but I need only the customer whose login ID is matched with my customer ID. So customer dot login dot uuid is equal to my this dot customer id. Okay, so this condition matches so that you get the selected customer. You just copy that, and you want to see the who is the selected customer. You go to HTML. Let's write selected customer of type JSON because it is an object, so display in a JSON format. Now check. You get data. So pasty James something. Yeah, I check. So when I select this guy Morgan, I got Morgan. Okay, but not like this. I want to display design the card format. Okay, but one more thing is here you can't really know where is the link. So let's make some color for that. That is customer list component dot html. In this, let's make some color for that. Anchor tag, right? Text danger. Okay, let's check. Okay, we made a link for that. Click on this. You get this. Yeah, let's convert this like a card because we already made a card. So let me display like that our own card. So here I'll make the customer name. I'll write. Okay. So selected customer dot name dot first and selected customer dot name dot last and just say details. Okay. So that customer name dot one minute. I'll do something. I'll just make margin top 3. Now check. So Caspian details. Okay. So when I click on someone else, call, call details like that. Uh, so text danger. Okay. And another one. Let me display the card as this. So another row, single column. Card. How you display the card? I do one thing, just like one card. Um, in the card body, in that one row call md3, one image and then call md9. So call md3, I want to display the person photo. Image, let's say property binding, select a customer dot image, not image, I think picture dot large, like this. And they say the class call image fluid. So let's say alt nothing. Now check the person photo. Yes. And right side you can make some content. You can make UL tag and all. So we already made that UL tags concept in the customer card or something. Yeah. Customer card, how you have display. I just grabbed the designer because I didn't want to type from scratch. Yeah, like this. Let me copy the UL. Let me paste it here. Okay. So in place of selected customer. Okay. Let me replace this with selected customer, replace all. So done. Now check that particular guy's details. Okay, let's keep some center. You can just give something class called align items center. You get the content. So concept is not how to display. Concept is how you configure this modules and all. It is not somewhere here. Let's say text center. Okay, so this way. Now check. Can we write some PG light? Okay, now check customers module, its specific list, its specific details. Now check customer slash list slash ID, like that way. If I click on back button, where to go? Customer slash list it has to go. So let's make a back button here along with all the card. Where is the card body? Here. So in the card body, I'll make an anchor tag. So router link goes to be slash customers slash list component. Give the class call btn minus danger btn minus sm. Let's say customer list. Okay. So now when I click on this button, it will go to customer list page. And in this, if you click on back button, it will go to customer module page. In this, what is this one? Customer list. So customer list component here it is now. Here all customers. Okay, below that I'll make another button. Let's take a anchor tag. This is router link. Let's say slash customers, because that's your root module of customers. I'll give the class called btn minus danger btn minus sm. Let's say customers. You can just say back, but I'm just giving a name like that. So now check customers. You'll go back to the customers module. Now check forward, backward, both you see. Customers, go to customers. Okay, here you can click on home. You'll go to home page also. Where is this one? Customers root module. So customers module HTML root, this guy. Uh, above all this, view all customers. Yeah, above this or somewhere below this. Anchor tag. Let's say router link. I'll give slash. That's a home page. Give the class btn minus danger btn minus sm, and then let's say home page. Now check. Okay, see the complete forward flow and backward flow. Okay, so forward flow is home page first. Okay, click on customers. In that, click on customer list. In that customer name, like this. This up to here we made. Backward is back to customer list, back to customers page, back to home, like that. Okay. If you wish, you can give some arrow symbol so you understand. Customer list, I want right arrow. Here I want left arrow. That's better. So in the customers component, here for home, I'll make left arrow. I tag with the class fu minus arrow alt circle left. Okay, so that will be left arrow. This is backward. This is forward direction. So forward direction, what you do here, I'll make an icon with the class fu minus arrow alt circle right. So forward direction. Okay, this will go this side, this will go this side, backward, this forward. Go there, forward. Again here this is backward, and here you have to go forward. Okay, let's make this backward. I think it's customer list. Yeah, here customers. I tag with the class fu minus arrow alt circle left. You get the left arrow symbol. Back to customers page. Okay, so name, if you want to make a right arrow, where is the name? Is here. After name, you make I tag with the class fu minus arrow alt circle right. So it is a right arrow symbol. Forward to next level. Okay, so forward to next level here. So finally here left arrow in the details. So here I tag with the class fu minus arrow alt circle left. So you get the left arrow, and from here no forward because this is end. Okay, you want something else text level, but I'm just making up to here. Okay, and you can make this image image thumbnail. You get some nice border. Okay, so let's see home page, customers, forward to customer list, forward to customer details, backward to customer list, backward to customer module, backward to home. Okay, same process. You have to write a logic for employees stocks. About page just normal static content. About contact page also just make a static contact. But also you can do one thing. Employees and stocks, you can just make like customer. because we already discussed no previous example, employees how to get, stocks how to get, right? URLs also you have, so just make it, or you can copy paste also, but I need this process. Okay, this buttons forward and backward links. Okay, for about you can make static content just like this one, about page something you can do. But contact you can do one thing. Contact you do is we have discussed some context specific examples now. For example, we have discussed two-way data binding, right? So just like that, in the contact page you make one registration form or contact form, just bind the form data to the TS file, and when you click on the contact, nothing to send to server because we don't have server to accept it, just display console log. Okay, so this is an example of what this is an example of how you bind the data also. So data binding also will be there, routing is there, modules is there, everything is there. Okay, so that's the concept. I hope you understand this, so please go through the video, and you can just pause the video where you have not understand and you rewind it, you understand it. Okay, so enough for today's class, and tomorrow we'll be discussing the concept called, 1 minute, morning batch, what is there. Okay, after the deep routing we will discuss, yeah, big basket. Oh, big basket means you need to know date server. Okay, fine. So we are come almost the end of the Angular fundamentals module. So now the next application is Angular big basket. Okay, so big basket is actually CRUD application. So but before you want to write a CRUD application, you have to write a server side setup with REST API. So from tomorrow we are starting server module.
Naveen,
Huh.
what about directives and custom directives?
That miscellaneous we'll see
Pipes,
after this module finish.
pipes also left.
Yeah. The miscellaneous we'll see after this module finish.
Okay.
Okay, so at this time, for these three example, we want server. Okay, we must know what is Node.js server, REST API and all. After that only we understand form validation with backend, authentication with backend, big basket with backend. Okay, so tomorrow we are starting Node.js. Okay, and Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB. I think it will take around 7 to 8 days, and then we'll come back and start with big basket. First we have to develop REST API for big basket, create it, update and all. Then we will make a design with Angular, and routing and all will come everything. Okay, so that's the thing. Yeah, so thank you so much. Oh, already 8 o'clock, I have another class. Okay, fine, thank you so much, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.